Crew. And no, I did not have a makeup job. I actually got a little sun this weekend because I went out to Georgia around the Renaissance Festival and wandered about and spent more money than I probably should have. But you can't take it with you, so you might as well enjoy it while you're here. I had a great time. Friends of mine and the girlfriend, we all went together, and like I said, the festival, it was nice all weekend. I did get a little sun, as you can tell, but not too bad. It doesn't hurt or anything. If you have a local Renaissance festival, I would really suggest going. They, of course, were closed last year. They were open this year. Masks on when you're walking through the crowds. Most everybody was really good about it. A lot of the shops were like, no, if you're walking in here, you're putting a mask on. So they were really good about keeping it all there. Luckily that everybody in the crew that I was with, we'd all been vaccinated. But still potentials, so we put our masks on. Speaking of vaccinated, I am going to advocate. I usually kind of keep quiet about things, but if you haven't been, go. Get yourself vaccinated. There's no reason why. There's no goddamn 5G in it. There's nothing. There's no conspiracy. Is it safe? Well, it's safe, and if it hurts you, I mean, it's better than being sick with COVID. Trust me. I had it. It's no fun. Don't do it. So, with all that out of the way, the Renaissance Festival is great. We're actually talking about making plans to go at the end of the season, so like in the October, November time period, about going to another one. But in the meantime, sorry, I'm looking at my cup. Anyways, in the meantime, Gen Con did their announcement. Their badges are going on sale. They're going to be doing a live show this year as opposed to an online event like they did last year. As it stands right now, your boy is going to be there. As it stands right now, I'll be running games for Baldwin Games up there. As it stands, so if you are in the Indianapolis area, come September, like just after my birthday, it's like the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th or something like that. I will be in Indianapolis. I would love to see you, love to say hi to you. If you're nearby, come make your ass known. Say, hey, I know that guy. I see his face and make fun of him every Monday. So I will be there at Gen Con. We are still doing virtual D&D weekends. The virtual D&D weekend was last weekend. I was not at it, but Maddie was there running games. I will be at the one in June, as long as it doesn't conflict with any other scheduling things. And then again in July. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's fantastic. Speaking of stuff that's going on, don't forget that next Tuesday? Today is the 10th. So next Tuesday, Von Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, the new book, is dropping. It'll be available on D&D Beyond and at your favorite local gaming store or bookstore. You can pick it up. Von Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. It is a campaign setting. It is not an adventure, so keep that in mind. It will highlight different areas and give you ideas and things like that. It's gonna be exciting. I've already have people that I'm running Ravenloft for that are super excited about it, and that is going to be, like I said, we're all stoked and looking forward to it. So, with that being said, it's time to pick up some Ravenloft and go back to fight Strahd one more time. Don't you shake your head at me. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the enthusiasm we're looking at for here at Dire Bear Adventuring Company. It might be time to burst out with Curse of Strahd again on this channel. Yeah, I don't think so. Ravenloft, maybe, but we'll see. I've got my coffee, which I'm mostly through, which is kind of sad. But let's see. I think that's all the announcements we have for right now. Oh, work with somebody this weekend, talk about future website stuff and what that's going to look at, what we're going to have on there. I am still writing and looking to publish adventures. We are still looking for DMs. If you've ever wanted to run a game with us or anything else like that, you want to play, run a game with us, let us know. Let myself. You can let Maddie, Otter, or Q, any of those, let us know that you're interested. If you're not friends with them, you can find them on our Discord channel. Join us on our Discord, and you can chat with all of us. If I sound a little run down, man, my energy level is just peaked right now. I'm chugging the coffee to try to get myself back up there, which I know it will whenever we get into the game. But sorry if I sound so muted today. Anyways, reach out to one of those people. We will be happy to interview you, talk about what your goal was, if you have players or if we need to find players, what have you. We are always happy to have new players as well as new DMs. So let us know. We'll set everything up for you. We have very talented people with Otter and Q and Maddie and myself. We can get you set up and going. And then we have a great clip artist. I don't know what else to call him. Archivist. I think that's what we called Deca, was the curator. That's what his title is. The curator, who will clip things for you. So there you go. With that being said, I think you guys came here to watch some Troubleshooters, not my mouth run. So let's get into the Troubleshooters. Welcome back. All right, on the last episode of the Troubleshooters, they met a new friend with Hatchet Annie, or Annie, as she says you can call her, because those who call her Hatchet Annie are not her friends.
We're not enemies yet, so we're on friendly terms.
It's a tenuous relationship.
Trial period.
Yes, a trial period. They snuck off to the sewers in hopes to pursuing their friend Colm. As they did find in the sewers, they were being pursued by somebody. Turned out to be a vampire. A flash of light shone into the sewers as daylight was cast by one of our plucky clerics, allowing the party to escape. However, the cacophonous roar of gunfire was not missed by the local tenants of the abbey, or of the church that they were at. They were brought in and set to rest, also set to work. One of the strange members of the clergy there kept introducing himself and making himself appeared, and with not quite cryptic but a little cryptic messages, led them to one of the mausoleums. Therein, they found, using the cryptic note, they found the correct burial spot. Opening it up, they found another note and some coin to pay a mysterious ferryman to take them across the river. with that being said, then one last interaction with the mysterious monk. They set off to finding out who the ferryman might be by way of Annie having Moonin dispatch someone to go find her or to go gather information from her. And that is where we're going to pick up with this evening's episode. The church is a very... Yes.
Did we ask the I forget his name, but the person that I tried to punch? Did we ask him if he knew anything about Philip?
No.
We did not.
Remember that Philip is being held by the directorate at last that they know.
Mm-hmm.
At last that we know, but Liz would probably ask before we actually left for the ferryman if he had any idea or had heard anything about any of that.
Yep. We probably have a bit of time before word gets to Annie and she gets back to us, so...
I just want to know this is a sad moment.
No more coffee?
I'm out of coffee.
I'm out
I
of
will
cereal,
survive.
so.
Well, I can't have cereal. I can have coffee. Well, I can't have that kind of cereal. So we switched to the mug. All right. Or the tumbler. As you look around for the clergyman who you went to go punch but seemed like you missed, but yet you hit him at the same time, it was kind of weird. Give me an investigation check, actually. Just all you on your lonesome.
19, 16 plus 3.
10.
All right. Well, were you both looking? Because the only one that I know was looking was Liz.
Oh, I thought you said all of us individually. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I mean, Liz knows that last time that she went by herself, it was not a good idea. So, yes, she would probably be taking somebody with her.
Probably Neiman, though.
Probably, but she also knows that Gej has spoken. Gej was the one who first had the information, so she might have spoken to Gej. Plus, Gej is still outside, right, in the mausoleums, because that's where she was last time we spoke.
I figured that time has passed since this, so you guys have been just meandering around the monastery.
I've not re-entered
or
the kitchen
church
at all.
You are not going back into the kitchen. Got it.
Unless they are cool. The only thing I would do is turn into another old lady and then go in there to cause
Chaos.
a disturbance. Yes.
Chaos.
But I'm not going to.
All right.
Unless someone needed me for something, I'd probably go and finish working on that press.
As you are meandering about the grounds trying to find the elusive monk, you don't know where he has gotten off to. You cannot find him. You do, however, bump into Gej, who can help you look for him. But as you guys put your collective skills together to try to suss out where he might have disappeared to, he is nowhere to be found.
Liz is just going to be like, I know, that's weird, right? Like, we can't find him?
I don't really think he's who he says he is. I think we'll probably run into whoever it is across the river.
Or as they may have said, just around the river bend. I regret nothing. Anyways, all right. It's been hours since you sent your runner out to find Annie. You see not a single, but you see a small gaggle of urchins, one of them walking in front. The dress would give you the idea that it's a boy, but the way that they carry themselves, You can tell that it's a young girl. She's probably like 11 or 12, but she has a hat on that's
Gonna try scratching my back, but it hates that.
she has a hat on that's a little too big for her. It kind of like sits back, and every once in a while she puts her hand up to catch it. She's surrounded by like 4 others that are of varying sizes. You can see one of them, he's a little nimble guy. A couple of them are big, brutish ones. And then you see one that seems to be small, and he keeps his eyes like constantly darting around. He's constantly looking. She walks over and she rattles against the gate. One of the clergy come out, and you can see they're having a brief conversation. Eventually, though, the gate is opened and they are allowed entrance, and she is escorted to your location, Moonin. She rocks back on her heels for a moment, and she says, "We heard you was looking for a ferryman. Is that right now? What's all this in? Disturbing Annie, are you?"
We were told to seek her out for information, so simply following orders.
We work on a bit of a barter system here, so what you've got to barter with me? I'll give you a little bit of something, you give me a little bit of something. What have you got to trade?
Pretty sure I gave the lad to get a message to Annie a pretty good something.
Well, and she tucks her fingers into the twine that is holding her pants on. You catch that fella's name?
Hmm.
And she shakes her fist at you. He came right to me, Stewart did. He said that you was looking to speak to Annie. Annie may run the streets for the big uns, but I'm in charge of the little ones. These are my birds, my crows, not her rooks. So, she crosses her arms, and she's got a lot of moxie for somebody that is like just at your like belt level. So we're gonna work out a deal then, eh?
Sorry, I just looked over at my chat. Whew, okay. And what can I do for you?
What say we can find your man that you're looking for, the ferryman, and she kind of like rocks her head back and forth. What would you offer me for it?
Seeing as we're off to an interesting start, who are you?
Millicent. You can call me Millie. They call me Boss.
Boss of?
The boss of minding her own business and making sure that hers are taken care of. So, what have you got to show for yourself?
I love this child.
Not really quite sure what you want me to offer you here. Are you in need of services? Do you need something taken care of?
She reaches out and like points. She doesn't touch it, but she points to, because your pistols are worn on your side, or are they worn under your coat? Under your coat. Are they visible?
Not really. The
Okay.
rifle is, but
The
pistols
rifle
are
is.
not.
Okay. That's right, because the rifle's across your back. What about you using that long gun to take care of a bit of a problem that I've got? Would you be willing to do that then?
Depends on how big of a problem that is, and I'm not the sole decision maker for my party. We would probably have to consult them before we fix any problems. But what do you have in mind?
It's a young dust-up, a little upstart he is. Walking down to the coals area. He thinks himself a bit of a magic user. We can't get close to him. Every time we do, he hurls fire at us. My problem is he's taking advantage of the little ones. And I can't have that now. These are mine.
Hold that thought for just a moment. I'm gonna walk out to the door. Are any of the clergy anywhere nearby?
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
church.
I'm sure
monastery,
there's
so-
someone around.
Yeah, absolutely there is.
Ask one of them if they could get word to the rest of my party to meet here.
Sure. It takes them a few minutes, but everybody is called in and gathered to where you are.
Sure. Well, party, this is Millie. Millie, this is party.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Millie.
She looks at you and she kind of like crosses her arms and tips her head. I didn't know you was working with him greenskins.
Skin's not green, child. It's grey.
You know what I mean?
Salted for him.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to hit a child. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you're close to the same height. Oh,
Like this little shit wanna go. All right, well, business is over.
She just
Oh.
picks you. You just pick her up by the scruff, like by the front of her shirt.
Oh, this one's gotta go. Whew. All right, sorry.
Does that
So
change
you
anything
work
for you?
So sorry. What is Millie here for?
Millie seems to have interjected in the courier towards Annie and would like to, instead of going through Annie, for our services, thinks that she can find our ferryman.
When we already have word that Annie probably knows where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through the wrong person. So all we have to do is find another person who perhaps can find Annie much quicker.
It would seem the runners in this area belong to this one.
Well, I can travel to another area without an issue.
We
I don't
we
think you want to be
already
doing that.
And why not?
All the little birds answered to Millicent.
So, no little birds, then.
Or you simply do what I ask, and we'll take care of it for you. I know exactly who it is you're looking for and where he's at.
Did Moonin tell us that she says she can find the ferryman for us? Was that the exact words?
Yes.
Got a problem working with someone with a little bit extra tooth to him.
You don't turn on me, and I've got no problem with you. Same with a pointy-eared one there.
Don't give me a reason to. Keep up your end of the bargain and we'll keep up ours. Simple as
Fine.
that.
It seems Millicent here has a magic user that is causing her some trouble.
Throw hands with a child. Just catch a beating.
Mhm.
I don't care if you're a baby. Oh God.
Mother didn't
That's-
To
whoop
my
you
friends
enough.
like that, I'm sensitive. I'm
It's when they
sensitive
fight-
for them.
It's when they fight like goblins. It's not fair. They have pack tactics. They go for the legs.
Didn't your mother raise you right? Oh wait, I forgot you're an orphan.
Oh,
Oh.
Do children get pack tactics?
These do.
When
what
they're
if I'm
savage.
mistaken for one of the children?
Theoretical question. Do they get pack tactics?
Only if they have the street urchin template.
And
I'm
Q,
making a new template for D&D. It's just a bunch of like Victorian era like monsters, all like based off of things.
I love that.
this is little Timmy. He has seen the devil thrice.
After Millie has, insulted Liz and Gez, she's going to look over at Luna and go, I know it's our job to typically look after magic users, and normally I like children, but, polite ones. And we already know where the adult rooks are. We've went through many of them, and, normally somebody wants to be more charming when they want somebody's help. And she says this like directly at Millie.
In Norwegian in return. That's all fine and good, but how do we get out of here to where the rooks are?
Mind you're not speaking a language I understand. Sorry.
She would respond back with, how many of them are there, Cap?
5. Millie, and then 2 that are like bigger kids, and then one that's tall and wiry, and then a short one that you can see his hands are twisting and his eyes like dart back and forth. His face, he's just constantly moving.
With that, she with knowing that there's only 5 of them, 5 against 4, and they all have pretty good skills, and she is almost ready to throw hands with this child. She responds back in Norwegian. We're technically bigger than them, and while I don't want to fight in a church, my God would not be opposed to me fighting in a church, but also we can just tell them no. We haven't told them no yet, but it might be a good lesson for her to learn that you shouldn't insult somebody that you want information from or help from.
Oh, we sought their help. They're looking for something in return.
Nine.
Not
we-
their help
we-
directly, but they're the ones who showed up.
I don't know what you two are saying, but honestly, even if this child is a bit rude and rough around the edges, I think it's worth our time to at least see if we can help out. It's not too long before our rogue wizard or whatever it may be starts causing problems for other people too. And besides, just because this one's a little shit doesn't mean the rest of the children around here deserve it.
And I take it you're saying that all in English.
Yes.
Maybe I was wrong about you, Greenskin. You're all right by me. I am a little shit. But I get things done when they need done.
Chime down if the rest of you are.
Lysandra is just going to go. She's going to say little shit, but she's going to say it in Elvish, and she's going to go, that's what I would call you. You can now use that. It might help you out in the future. But yes, if you want help from somebody, you might want to be just a tad nicer before you try to be rude. Because, I thought that was one of the first things that you learned on the streets is that sometimes you have to be nice to get your way, or at least at first.
Well,
Or at least that's what I learned. But yeah, fine, Gej. Whatever. I guess we're on it. I mean, if not, we can always get out of town and find somebody else. Annie will help. So
And the
what
first
is
thing
this?
I learn in the street is if you show weakness, they'll exploit you as quickly as they can. So, with that being said, and since it sounds like you're all agreeing to help us, is that right?
Emrys, Moonin.
That being said, if you cross us, I will find you, and you'll never see me coming.
Thoughts, Emrys?
Marvelous.
Calling my friend Greenskin. Or I can do worse than ruin what you have here. And I won't even be me at that point.
Right
So
then.
where's your wizard friend?
He's in the coals, and the coals, is an industrial area. It's basically a bunch of stacks and industry places. When she gets that you're all helping, she goes, right. And she points to one of the bigger boys who reaches into his coat and pulls out a poster that clearly has pictures of the four of you on there. These were hanging all over the place. Looks like you're all wanted by the directorate then. Watch this. You've helped me. I'm going to help you. This one's for free. William, Tool, tear 'em all down. From here to the West End and all the way to the coals. You watch as the two bigger boys nod their heads up and down and they start off. We'll make sure that those aren't seen, at least in a large swath of area, but I can't promise you outside of that. Now, my friend here, and she pats the nervous-looking one on the shoulder, he'll take you right to him, won't you? Yes. Yes.
It's okay. We'll take care of him.
Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Talks to me. It tells me it'll take care of me. It tells me everything will be okay. He reaches up and he takes your hand, like he's gonna walk and hold your hand. When you do, his hand is unseemly warm. Like it is like hot to the touch.
Whose hand?
The little nervous looking child.
Oh, just making sure he was grabbing mine.
Yeah, he was grabbing your hand. Mm-hmm.
So does
Sorry,
he
go ahead.
feel like he's sick? Sorry, Q.
No, go ahead. Don't even worry about it.
His hands are warm. Give me a medicine check.
Help if worse comes to worse. I am what's that word I'm looking for?
Proficient.
Proficient. I am proficient at medicine.
If you want to give the help, you can. That would give Gej advantage on the roll.
I'd love to. These are street kids. This is basically what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Q, because that one was a 20. So 27 total.
The hands are warm, like unseemly so. But otherwise, then this like nervousness about them. But they seem good health for a street urchin.
Liz is going to pull candy out of her bag because she just always has some on, and she's going to hand it to Mill, and she goes, even though that it is for free, I don't, or you say it's for free, I don't usually take things from charity, but here is free sweets. Is there a reason why he should be nervous?
Oh, yeah, it's not because of you at all, or even the one that you're gonna go find. The reason he's nervous is because, well, let's just say, at the ripe young age of 9, he's already dealing with his own demons. And she gives you a smirk. We'll make sure the candy gets spread out. Thank you for your donation. If you have any gold coin with that, that would be helpful too. Or if you have any shillings with that, it'll help too. Or some tuppence. Or
Honestly, I would give some whatever cash I have on hand, keep a little for myself, and then give the rest
sure,
away.
you can give like
Yeah, whatever coin she has, she's gonna hand over because
Yeah.
Liz doesn't give a shit about money. She cares about candy and macarons, and that's about it. She's just gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Here, I don't care."
and tuppence will go a long way. A shilling. You probably even give a quid, and that would go a long ways. But you hand them some coin, and Millicent starts to walk away with her crew, and as she does, leaving the little nervous one with you guys.
She would have given us all the information basically that this guy or this wizard, this magic user is going after young ones. Like, how young are we talking?
She points to the little boy that's holding Gej's hands right now.
Okay.
That is all the information you will need to address this particular problem.
Liz is going to be. I assume we can get in touch with you with any of the little birds around here.
Any of them that you
One-
need.
Before they
And
go, sorry. I want to ask her to bring some spare like kids clothes. Something that's still in the size range that I could fit into between
yeah,
shifting.
like a older kid.
Yeah. So like I know changeling wise, I can't shift from a medium size, but I don't know what's the shortest medium I can go.
Probably looking at like dwarf, like which would be right at the top end of 4 into like the low end of 5.
Okay.
I mean, he used to be a really, really tall kid.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do at some point. Like, I'm not going to do
Okay.
it right away until I get the clothing, so I can change into that. I'm
Sure.
hoping if anything comes to us, and I would explain this to everyone, I can be a distraction if he's going after kids, which means they can set up, and I can still hold my own no matter what size I am.
All right. So you're off to be heroes.
Yep.
Excellent. The little nervous child walks with you. He just gives you little bits of information, but mostly he's muttering to himself. But it sounds like he's also like holding a conversation. It's disjointed. It's like, no, I don't want to. No. Okay, but they seem nice. No, I don't want to. All right. That I can do. And then every once in a while he'll hear him muttering. You're not really sure what he's saying. Give me Arcana checks. Anybody who would like to. You don't have to.
3. The answer to that question is 3, but Lysandra is definitely like paying attention to the small child to see if like he is okay and seeing if there's any way that she could like help, but unless he like specifically asks, she's not doing anything towards him.
Anybody get above a 10? What'd you get?
15.
Because we had a
14,
3,
one.
we had a 3, a 4, and a 7.
I'm gonna.
Some of the words that he's muttering, you get that they're arcane.
If I could, I would try and write them down quickly, and then pass them off to either Gej or Lysandra, knowing that they're usually the most arcane.
Well, the problem with arcane is that
Can't really.
you can't really. It doesn't translate over. It's like if you were walking along, you're proficient in English and you know some French, and then somebody starts speaking Japanese. What would that character look like to you?
I'm just like,
Yes,
Phonetically writing it down and hoping for the
Can I-
best.
could I repeat it? Like, I would probably be standing on the other side of the kid who's like, so that Gej is like on the other side of him.
Okay.
And then kind of like repeat it softly as I'm hearing it. There is one other
Gej.
thing I'd like to do with the child, but
All right, Gej.
Gej, go.
Before we even left on this adventure, while Millie was still there, Gej probably would have knelt down and asked his name. With
You learned that his name is Thompson.
Okay.
Like it's he tells you Thompson, not Tommy, Thompson, not Tommy.
okay, and then Back to the Future.
I mean, you would have found out anyways because it's repeated in some of his muttering. Like he says his name. You're not sure if it's a last name, if it's his first name. It's just that's what he tells you his name is.
Thompson.
Thompson. Give me an intelligence check then, if you would. Not Gej, Emrys. Give me an intelligence check. Let's see if you can remember what this is that he's like trying to say.
I believe in you.
I'm really hoping you succeed.
16.
Okay. It takes you a few minutes and you parse out what's being what's intelligible from the unintelligible, and you can hear certain like phrases being repeated, and listening to them you actually can catch what's being said. And then when you finally have that eureka moment where you mutter it, there are three phrases. I'm just gonna say 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you want to say?
For even numbers too.
Okay. When you say number 2, you ever had that moment where you're walking along and like for no reason at all, either a spike or a drop in your blood pressure, but you kind of like your head just kind of goes swimmy for a second?
Fantastic,
Yep. Your head goes woo, swimmy for a second. 1 or 3?
Hold on. I'm gonna flip a coin. It'll be. Wait, actually, no. I'll just roll a d20. It'll be 1 will be evens, 3 will be odds. It's a 10. 1.
Okay. As you say the first phrase that you caught, and again, I'm labeling them 1, 2, and 3. You don't know like anything other than that.
So 2 made my head spin. 1.
2 made you kind of like go a little. As you say number 1, you feel like your neck breaks out in a sweat, and so does your forehead. You feel warm, like warmer than you did before.
Okay.
Would
Not
Bliss see this?
uncomfortably so, but just like, I mean, you wouldn't notice a physical reaction. Not probably dressed in the clothes.
Okay. Then 3, I guess.
Okay. As you say number 3, it's tied with that like your head swims for a second thing, but you actually like feel yourself drawn for a split second out, and then like you're looking at everybody, and then you're plunked back in. It doesn't make you stumble. It's like literally just like that, but for a split second you're out looking at everything, and then you're back in.
Thompson, where did
Yes.
you learn those?
My friend taught them to me.
Your friend. Who's your friend? Can I know?
He looked. Yes.
Thank you.
My friend. Gej, your hand is released, and like it's like having a cool breeze flow through. He walks over and he takes Emeris's hand, and immediately you feel the warmth from this kid's hand, and it is almost uncomfortable. It's not sweaty; it's just warm. I wasn't
Okay.
even looking at Gej when I said it's not sweaty, and then I looked down and see you doing this. And I'm just like, all right.
His hand might not be. I'm sure mine is, though.
Yours is probably just like sopping wet. Those are words I never want to repeat again.
Moist.
Oh, look at that. Your hand is dampened. All right. Takes your hand and he says, yes. Do you know the phrase? Do you know the words? The words you were saying? The words you repeated, those are his words.
In
He
order.
looks at you and you hear it, but you don't see him saying it.
Okay.
And when it comes through, it says, say them again. Whatever hits your mind, it's just says, say them again.
Ripcord.
Just let's go to kid's hand. Fuck that dude.
Shit, but
Yeet him
There
into the
was-
river. He didn't survive. I'm sorry.
He just
There
fell
we go.
over
You
on the
know how
way
to
to this
swim,
wizard,
Thompson?
so
Asking
I
for
don't know what
friends.
happened.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I asked if he knew how to swim, but for a friend. Just a friend wants to know. No,
Curious question, just out of the blue.
no, there's for Emeris, just where he grew up and how he lived, there's always going to be that slight soft spot for kids. And if there is a chance doing this could perhaps help this one, we about to fuck shit up. All right, but before I do repeat them all in order, I'm gonna look at Gej.
Just looks at you and goes, I'm going in. What the fuck does that mean?
No, that's a kid. Don't stop.
What did this show turn into?
That way, Gej. God.
I'm uncomfortable.
Me too. I'm sorry.
But
We
are
made it
you?
weird? Okay, show's over, kids. Sorry, I mean adults. Sorry, gotta go.
I thought making it weird was what we do.
You would look at Gej. Gej would look at you.
I blow him a kiss. No,
Catch it. I'm
Keeps
sorry.
it.
one of my favorite videos ever of that is somebody blows them a kiss and they grab it and they're just beside a blender, so they put it in the blender and they hit the button. It's just really funny to me. I love it. Whew, save that
It's
for
on
later.
Vine, and it makes me happy. Yes.
Oh god. Whew, okay, I'm about to do something that well, if you know me, it's going to be stupid.
Are you saying this in English?
Yes. Wait, no. Actually, hold on. Gej and I know a language together. Hold on. French.
Yes.
French.
Yes.
French. It's
And
no. It's going.
because of who she is, Liz does not speak French.
Does Moonin speak French? No. Moonin is the least languages on the crew.
It's like they speak a common language, you speak a common language, but then all four of you speak English.
So
That's
note to
the
self,
only
if I
common
flirt with
language
Gej,
between
flirt
all
with
of you.
French.
And 3 of us speak German.
3 of
That's
us speak
true.
German. Moonin knows what? 2 languages?
3. He speaks bang. Just enough was correct.
Bang bang.
Whew. Okay, no, in French.
It's a universal translation. Bang! I understood that.
I get it now.
What'd you
Ooh.
say?
Other ear. Bang.
But yes, speaking in French, I would let him know that there's a good chance that I'm going to be doing something sadly having to deal with magic, and unfortunately I will not be able to know what the repercussions are going to be until said is done.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Probably not, but if it can
Em-
help, if it can help the child, I would prefer to do it, because that's not something a child should have on him. I'm an adult. I could handle a couple more voices in my head.
I am here if you need me. I'm not going to stop you.
Beautiful. That's all I
No,
can
but
ask.
I'm gonna do it anyway. That is the correct answer. Nope, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Perfect.
right.
And I will, since Thompson's got one hand, I'm gonna take Thompson's other hand. I'm gonna look directly at him, and I'm gonna say 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
I'm going to prepare remove curse.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Right now, as you're walking, just
Yes.
preparing remove card.
Just
I'm
takes
sure
10
that's
minutes.
exactly how spells work.
I would have stopped Thompson while we did this, so Moonin and Lysandra could see that we
All
stopped.
of a sudden, you
but
guys just see them stop after they've been speaking in German for a few minutes. Not German,
French.
French for a few seconds.
I'm just having. It looks like I'm having a staring contest with Thompson, which is, kid stuff.
Like down on his level. Like, as you say the phrases, you are nothing changes. You feel warm, like almost uncomfortably warm.
Yes.
But you still see the streets of London around you. You still see the buildings. You can feel the cobblestone beneath your knee. You can, smell the smells of the industrial part of the city, which is a stink all of its own that's undescribable. And you're just sitting there and you're not sure what's happening, but you do feel something approach. You hear a click of like patent leather shoes on the cobblestones. Delicate, slender fingers trace over your shoulder, and you can see a skin that is the color of like crimson. It walks around and puts a head affectionately on top of, or puts a hand on top of Thompson's head, and stands and looks at you. The figure is dressed in a nice vest and a well-made white shirt that is a cravat at his neck. It's almost the same color as his skin, but you can see black threads woven into it. He looks impeccable. Swishing behind him, moving, you can see a tail that has a bifurcation to it. As he stands there, his horns come up almost like an ibex's before drooping back down and curling once on either side. He is handsome. He has a trimmed black beard against his skin. His eyes are black with the exception of the center of them, which have the same iris shape as like a goat's eyes, and they are yellow in color. He looks at you and says, "Ah, you're new? Thompson, who's your friend?" He waves a hand and says, "Please speak for yourself."
Sorry, I don't think I ever offered my name. It's Emrys.
"Ah, Emrys, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm sure you have many, many questions as far as what's going on here and who I am. But first, let me take something out of play." And he just kind of moves his hand slowly. And as he does, you can feel like this weight, but you notice that everything else seems to be slowed. You can see like the clouds and stuff are like moving almost imperceptibly slow. There, that should give us some more time. Oh, so your name is Emrys. That is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Thompson and I became friends solely by accident. I'm taking good care of him. The poor boy is a broken, shattered thing. I've done quite well in putting it back together, though.
How was he broken?
Do you want the gory details, or shall I just simply wave over the abuse, both physical and mental and verbal? What a
I
poor little
understand.
vessel he is.
A vessel. That's what he is for you.
Not so much. He is his own right, his own thing. He is his own person. He just simply asked for something, and I made it available to him. A deal, if you will.
Understand what's happening here.
Well,
I understand the
trust.
bond you have.
Well, it is rather new. I was there in my palatial home when I saw this weird shape in the sky, a rend, if you will. I, of course, being who I am, had to go investigate and see what it was all about. As I drew closer, I see that there's a tear. It might have been minuscule at one point in time, but now it was large enough that I could see this place. A true testament to decadence and wonder.
So you came through.
I came through. At first, it was confusing, and I thought, what an interesting place this is going to be. Then I saw what you do to each other in the name of power. It's truly sad. Don't you know that there's a lot more that can get done through pleasure and desire than there can ever be done through war and bloodshed?
So you get that staying with this boy.
No, it's more of what he has the potential to come and be. That is where the great strength in this lies. See, I see him now as he is, this tiny thing, and he is so confused about what's happening, aren't you, my dear boy? And he affectionately strokes the boy's hair. He is so confused, but with my guidance, growth over time, he can be so much more than what he is.
You know, the longer you stay with this boy, the more suspicion he brings up while he grows. The more he's going to be targeted, and it's not now. But the directorate, well, they're going to send you right back. Or they're going to try, at least.
Well, that would be unfortunate. I mean, if the directorate starts going around killing children, how will that look? Ugh.
Well, you know, they're not going to kill children outright.
He puts his hands on either side of the boy's shoulder and leans forward. How do you think they're going to get rid of me?
How often or how many can you travel between? I'm not looking at them getting rid of you.
I am nigh infinite.
And him?
One of many. Would you like to join and see what could be yours? You think I leave the boy powerless, walking around, stumbling about? No! He has been flooded with immense capability. Burdened with glorious purpose. He's been...
What if? Now,
Mm.
here's a fun thing. So
Mhm.
I'm new. I can offer you many in one instead of many with many.
He looks at you and he, peers at you. Oh, you speak the truth, changeling. And yet, You hold yourself back, it feels. Why are you afraid? Who are you afraid of?
Well, now that's information for me. For now.
We could become vast friends, you and I.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would offer you what I would offer anyone who becomes my friend. Power to use as you wish.
And do I get to ask for something in return? Because I don't really want the power you offer.
Interesting. What would you ask for in return, if I may? No contracts, no obligations, just curiosity. Otter, goddamn you.
Dim cheeks.
Okay. All right.
Fan ourselves here.
Yeah, I know. I'm warm all of a sudden. Oh shit. Whoo. All your friends that you have now. Leave them.
My contracts for all of them, and you would offer me yourself for all of those.
Well, how many do you have? And I guess the question, since you know what I am, is how many can I be? The possibilities are endless. Limitless, if anything.
Here's the thing.
Hmm.
You are not an infinite number of people. You are not a limitless number of people. You are still only a single entity.
True.
And if I were to give up 1,000, I would still only be getting one.
True. But you'd
So,
never get caught.
I'm not worried about getting caught.
So you're just going to give up all these deals you've made when they're caught?
Deals can be made. Desire is a wonderful thing. It runs through many, and if you catch them at the right point, they are willing to give up everything
That's true.
for that which they desire the most. So, no, I won't give them all up. However, I will make a deal with you. I will give up him. I will set his mind right, and I will never darken his doorstep ever again. But instead of him, I make a deal with you. And he gets down and he tips like he's behind Thompson, and he tips his head up and he looks at you, and you can just see the sad, pitiful child's face. Isn't it worth saving one? This
How many
one?
children do you hold? That's my question. You can have all the adults you want. The children.
He stands and crosses his arms and says, I don't think you understand. You're not bartering with the same number. You are offering me one. Regardless of the amount of times you can change your face, changeling, you are still a single vessel.
Set him
I
right.
will offer you this child for yourself.
Do
Bear
I
the
get
weight
to
of this
know your name?
contract. You may call me any number of names that you would like.
But the first one.
I know how this works. How about I give you one that I'm used commonly?
That works.
You may call me Grast.
Yes.
Yes, Grast.
Set him right. And we have a deal.
Oh, this is lovely. And he reaches out and he engulfs your hand, and you don't remember it being as big, but now you can see that it is fully engulfs yours. Wings flare out from his back, and he says, Thompson? And he touches the boy's head and like strokes his face. He says, you are well, you are whole. Go and enjoy whatever life has for you. The boy blinks, and you can see his eyes right and his mind. You ever see that glossy look, and whenever their eyes right, you can see that? You see that, and his mouth is like open wide. Gratz steps to you and says, now, you and I are going to have a lot of fun. We are going to take about a 10-minute break, and when we come back, we're going to pick up some more. How about we say 20? Let's say 20 after the hour is when we'll return. We're going to go refill our drinks and do some stuff and all that jazz, and we'll be right back. Please go out there to Twitter, to any Discord channels you have. Please let them know that we are live. Let's see if we can't fill the viewership up tonight. Let's go ahead and get that up. If you would, I would really appreciate it. Help us out, and we will see you all in about 10 minutes. Thanks, guys. And welcome back. Sorry, I know we were a little bit longer than what I had said, but I realized that I am extremely hungry, so I powered down some food. And yeah, yelled at one of my kids. I didn't yell at my kid. I was like, sit down and eat. The joys of parenthood. All right. As soon as you shake hands, the you kind of look around. The world is warm for a second, but everything seems to go back into place. You don't know how long it was, but you actually realize that it was like maybe a few seconds. It wasn't very long at all. Thompson is standing there looking at you.
How do you feel, Thompson?
I feel lost. Are you all right? What happened?
I'm all right. Quite grand, actually. Do you feel okay enough to show us the way?
Yeah, I feel good enough. Yeah,
Perfect.
I feel it's quiet now. I don't hear him.
Like just hearing that immediately Gesh's eyes cut to you. Just like, let's find something later.
What did you do, Emrys?
He says nothing. He just gives you that disappointed dad look.
Don't do that.
You can't look at me in the camera.
Oh, stop it. No, I'm well, all right. Will you hold my hand the rest of the way?
Sorry, for a second I thought you were
To
talking
Gez?
to Gez. I thought you were talking
my
to
hand.
Gez.
Actually, you know what? I would gladly hold both hands. That's fine with me. I'm more than willing to hold this child's hand and Gezha's hand specifically.
My brain
Otter,
was
I'm
in the
so
same
glad I
place.
wasn't the only one that thought it. I was like,
I'll
I
hold
thought
your
so
hand.
too.
I will absolutely hold your hand, Emrys.
Perfect. I will. You know, let it go. Yes, I will hold Gedge's hand the rest of the way, and he can feel. Actually, in a way, if I'm warm, if my hands are warm, Gedge can feel it. So, and then I will. My question was more directed toward Thompson, asking if he would hold my hand the rest of the way as well.
oh yeah, no, he absolutely, yeah, he will.
Gash would be super fucking confused. He's just like, human touch, what is this? I'm not touch starved.
It's like you're not even looking at Gej when you say it, but Gej is like, yes. I mean, what?
What? No.
Did you mean me? No, oh, you didn't mean me. And meanwhile, Emrys is still talking to Thompson, but he's holding his hand out like towards Gej,
Right.
but looking at Thompson like, no, it's fine. You can
Gej,
we can
up,
hold hands. Yes, hold my hand. Perfect.
Up,
Thank you.
Gej.
Great. This is great.
up, Gej, up.
How tall is Gesh?
Gash is 6'3".
Perfect. Yes, he could carry Emrys. That'd be fine.
For although he didn't think you were talking to him.
Emrys just like tosses Thompson to the side and dives at Gesh.
I just love that our chaotic party members are just really short. Like if they had any more inches, there would just be like more chaos, and God was just like, nope, you've got to be
That's
this short.
because it's concentrated chaos.
Concentrated chaos.
See, I could make my chaos more concentrated by shrinking just a little, but sometimes if I want to even myself out, I can just grow a couple inches just to throw everybody off. It'd look great.
I just watch. Now my brain just went with Gej holding Emrys saying, I've only had this party member for 5 episodes. I swear to God, if anything happens to him.
This is the second time. This is the second time you've said this about my characters, Cap, and I will accept this. I accept this title with honor. You said it about Grimly, too.
Yeah, because you play these little characters that we all love.
You know what? I accept this title. I wear it with pride. But now I'm holding Thompson and Gej's hand, and I feel great.
And I have to say, since we're off the rails on characters,
sorry,
I don't play very often, but when I do, for some reason, everybody thinks my characters are like bastards. I don't know, like ne'er-do-wells.
You kind of have a type. No, I'm kidding.
Oh!
What?
The couple characters that you have specifically played for me, Chaos at the highest of standard, and I'm looking at Monty.
Monty was amazing. You can't deny that.
No, we absolutely love Jesus loves you as a friend.
We definitely need the hats that says Jesus just likes you as a friend.
I'm gonna make one myself if we don't get one at some point. I swear.
Big trucker cap.
Yeah.
I love playing Monty. He was a hell of a lot of fun.
I have a friend with a cricket. We can do this. I can get this for you.
We're gonna get this done now. All right, so back on track. We will talk about Monty later.
So you're holding Gej's hand for realsies?
Yes, no, absolutely, 100%.
Is
okay.
Warm.
So yeah,
warm.
Warm as Thompson's was?
Warm as Thompson's was.
So he's gonna reach down and touch Thompson's little hand, just nonchalantly.
Friendship circle.
And so Gej is going to still accept Emerus holding his hand, actually kind of bringing a really strange comfort because it's like something to focus on other than the brrr of his brain at the moment. But he's gonna look at you once again with that disappointed dad look.
I'm just gonna look at you guys and go, "Are you okay over there? Like, what the hell are you doing?"
The three of you are like the
We're
circle,
having a
and then the
moment.
circle's broken, and
You had a
just look
moment
over to
with the
side.
kid, and now you're doing this weird, like, handshake circle, but not thing.
Do you want to?
What are you doing?
I don't think I can grow another arm, but if you also want to hold my hand, you could just on my shoulder, I guess.
Swear to God, link arms and skip down the fucking road like the monkeys. Just here we come.
I just
Walking
want to
down
know.
the
We're gonna
street.
fuck up a little wizard. This is gonna be great. I don't know about
It's a
you, but
French
I'm
thing.
feeling absolutely fantastic. Okay. I'll sorry, I apologize. I will look at Gej, and we can speak later. For now, Thompson, you're good to continue taking us the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Let's find this problem and solve it then.
Getting down into the industrial area, the coals, it doesn't take you very long. It's probably about another 20-minute walk. Again, the area is warehouses and different manufacturing spots, and there is a like wealth of children as well as other people, and they are covered in soot and dust and ash. And the people there they look haggard and worn. As you approach, the sun is starting to set into the sky, so that it's actually like gray outside. There are no cloud coverage, but it's that twilight hour. And you can see the people are starting to line up. The foremen for the different manufacturing things are standing outside, and they are starting to dole out the day's wages to the people, and they let them know when they can start looking for work again in the morning. Thompson walks you to a particular manufacturing spot that seems to be dealing with forge, dealing with large pieces of metal being formed, iron and steel that is being hammered out, and things like that. People are filing out. You can see the work foreman looks at you as you approach, and he says, "Oh, work's all done for the day. You can come back in the morning, and there'll be some work for you. But go on then, piss off, find your way."
Is that M. Thompson?
No. Thompson says, "You're looking for Billy." With that particular tone in your voice, you sure can. I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say for you.
Cap, real quick, you froze for the beginning of that sentence. We only caught the end of that. Can you repeat
Honestly,
yourself?
I was about to lose it because Otter, I think that was all on you because your cam stuttered really bad.
Oh, did you guys hear me?
I think all of us heard you except maybe for Otter.
Okay.
I was saying, Cap was the only one that froze on my end, but can you please repeat yourself? I didn't catch what you said.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
With
No
that
worries.
particular tone of voice, you absolutely can talk to William. One moment. Oh, William, you've people asking round about you. There's scenes in movies that you and I have seen as we grow up that captivate us whenever it comes with the introduction of some of those that can be described best are scenes from Jurassic Park when the T-Rex first appears and the water ripples. The first time you see the fin rise through the water and you realize, hey, there's a shark here. You know, the introduction of watching the, Godzilla crest out of the water for the first time. Scenes like that portray in your mind and they stick with you over time. This is one such scene. Describing the person that walks around the corner as a man is much like saying it's bipedal and has arms, but it is a slab of flesh. It is a mountain of a person. He would give your friend Adrian a run for his money. As he steps forward, he is not stitched together. Short hair on a pointed head, looks at you. The eyes are beady and set deep with a thick brow. The nose is wide and plastered across his face as though it's been punched one too many times. The lips are thick, and you can see that they're cracked. The shoulders bunch into the head, almost leaving no room for a neck. You know there has to be one in there, just the physiology of people work that way, but you can't make out where his neck is. The map of this area can be stretched across this man, and there's still room on either side to pin it down. He stands easily at 6.5 feet tall. As he comes around the corner, God damn it! As he comes around the corner, you can see his pants are like stretched onto his skin, like the suit looks like it was barely fits him. And you can see his hands are blackened. Like his hands look like they've been dipped in ash or soot. He walks around the corner, kind of rubbing at him. Despite the immeasurable size, you have a moment where you have to catch yourself as the voice that comes out of there. What's this now? What's looking for me? Billy, these fine people have a word with you. And he picks his hat up, puts it on, and says, "Good luck," and starts he moves out of the way as quickly as possible.
So, all we gotta do is get in the middle of his back and just shank it because he can't reach us. Fuck him up, Buttercup. Oh god. Okay.
He points to Thompson.
Oh, I see you found friends then, did you? You think you're gonna find somebody what bring them around here and take care of me then? Oh, I'll have none of that, my son.
I need him to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to try to hold person.
So we're opting for violence. Is that what I've got here?
As soon as he tried to do anything towards the kid, yes.
He just pointed and talked to him.
I have slowly but surely been tanking Thompson. I've let go of his hand, and I have put my hand on his chest and have kind of moved him behind me a little bit, because I am nothing if not protective of a child I just saved. If this kid goes, Geist goes. So I don't know what to tell you.
That was a 16. What's my save?
16. Damn.
Beats it.
Well, with that being said, since that's a thing we're doing, he narrows his beady eyes, which seems impossible with how small they are, and says, "Oh,
is that the way of it then?"
What are you talking about?
And he points one of his big, meaty hands at Liz and says, "Yeah, big, meaty hands at Liz," and says,
I love how both Gesh and I had the exact same brainwave. Get out of my head.
Your elf friend decides to cast spells. 2 of us can do that.
Roll for initiative.
I've had a civil conversation with a giant man. I love Liz entirely.
Liz said, "Nope, hold person. F this dude."
I just nat 20'd my initiative. We love wasting it on that.
Punch wizard. Yes.
Muscle wizard casts fist.
I love Muscle Wizard. I remember you told me that once. Wait, I have
14.
All right, hang on just 1 second here. Okay, I heard a 14, and what did Emrys have?
28. I have the alert feat.
Yeah, you do.
So, yeah, I do, and I nat 20'd my initiative.
23.
I'm really feeling beating up this giant man for being mean to kids. Being mean, I say, but also I can
Okay. What did Gej have?
I had a whopping 11. Is there a hammer anywhere near me? Like a sledgehammer? Can you get that?
Oh yeah, there's definitely hammers around. There are some smaller ones and some bigger ones.
Thank you, just enough. That has to be dirty. We don't want none of that cake.
We found enough cake for one episode.
Yeah, this isn't a bakery. There's only a little bit of cake given out.
Mhm.
But did the demon have cake?
We'll find
don't-
out on next week's episode.
Blah. Nope. All right, Emrys, you're first up.
Oh God. Okay.
Just to give you set the scene, you're standing at the end of a warehouse that has 2 floors. In there are 4 gigantic, basically forges. They're big ovens that's used to melt down the metal. They're separated out between with like 40 feet between each one of them, and the entirety of the warehouse is 80 feet long, and it's open in the middle, and there are levels around on the edges of it, so it's wide open.
Okay.
Mostly wood, but wood and metal construction.
Well, honestly, since Thompson is still very close to me, correct?
Yes, he
Perfect.
is.
My first reaction. Actually, also, first question. And I say we as Gej and myself, had our weapons taken from us. Were we able to get our hands on more weapons like the ones we quote unquote had, or are we missing some weapons?
You are missing
Everything?
some weapons. Yep.
Perfect.
Currently,
You have a
Technically-
rapier, Q.
you have my rapier currently.
Yeah, because he gave.
Okay,
he gave
I
you
have
that.
the rapier. Perfect.
Mhm.
That's still on my list. I wasn't able. Actually, you know what? I would have probably done this while we were in the thing. Could a kitchen knife count as a dagger?
They're not balanced the same.
Okay. Never mind then. So I don't have my daggers, my revolver, or my hunting rifle. Technically. I just have
None
the
of that.
rapier. Perfect. That's all I need to know. But my initial course of action is scooping Thompson up into my arms and getting him out of the battle, out of the way.
Okay, you
I'm
are
sure everybody else
far
can
away
handle
that
them
you
themselves for a
can't.
second.
Yeah, you're far enough away that you won't provoke an attack of opportunity. So you
Beautiful.
scoop him up and then chuck out. Okay.
Yeah, so like I
He's-
take him
yeah.
to the edge of somewhere, 30 feet, 40 feet. I don't know if my action also consists of picking him up and then running 30 feet, but I'm getting him far enough away to a point that I'm
Yeah.
like, Thompson, hide, keep yourself out of the dangerous way. Please stay close by for us, but do not get yourself hurt.
He nods and hides behind. So at the end of this yard, which is separated by this giant fence, he ducks behind some scrap iron that's laying there. So
Really perfect. Thompson, I'll be back for you, okay? I promise.
I'll wait right here.
Good boy. Good lad. And rest of my distance, unless it took me 30 feet to get him there, sort of back in the range of a fight, but that is going
So
to be my whole turn.
you can, as a rogue, you can use your bonus action to dash. So it would take you 30 feet to get him out to a safe place, and then dash 30 feet back.
Beautiful.
I will say your action was scooping him to try to get him.
Beautiful. I kind of figured, because I know normally that's how it is, but I figured I'd ask just in case. But that is going to be my action. I'm ready to back anybody up if they want me to. If I need to climb on this giant man's back, on my next turn to shank him with a rapier, I will.
Moonin?
First, thank you, chat, for the luck point. I appreciate it greatly.
Nice.
So, how far am I from him?
Like 15 feet.
That will not do.
You want more?
Yes. I am going to. What kind of would it be an action to hand something to somebody?
I mean, like, what do you want to do? What's your thought behind it?
If I were to move past Emerus to distance myself and drop a revolver in his hands and keep going.
I would say you can move past and drop the revolver, and then on Emerus's turn, as part of his movement, he can scoop the revolver up.
How far is Emerus from me?
Right there with you, Gal.
Sure.
He's like right there beside you almost.
I don't like the idea of dropping my next revolver in the dirt. With all this industrial stuff going on.
Give it. Shh.
Cash won't.
Give it to Cash.
Cash won't.
Gage won't use it.
What if I get it from him later and he can, if he wants, use it for now, maybe?
You know, I'm gonna just move 15 feet behind Emerus.
Pete.
And I'm going to yell to Emerus and open up my shirt and show him the pistol here. Under my jacket. If you need a weapon, you can grab this when you can.
You're giving me permission to go reach inside of your clothing?
Don't make this weird, Emerus. And I will take out even the odds. And I guess we'll shoot.
All right. Roll to attack.
We'll try a sharpshooter, just plain sharpshooter first, just to see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
It'd help if it stayed in the tray. So plus 5, 22.
As it flies towards him, the round hits him.
Okay. So D4. It's a 1. Okay, so we roll a D8 to see what kind it is. It is poison. Cool. So he takes 7 points of poison. Oh, wow. That was actually really nice. That was 13. So 28 in bullet damage.
28 bullet damage, 7 points of damage.
Yep. And we shoost again.
Shoost.
Even higher roll. That one is not sharpshooter because I didn't call it before I rolled it. So that one is 29 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
That's 15 bullet damage.
Okay.
Oh, almost forgot to roll the D4. Nope, just 15.
All right. With that being said, it is Lys's turn. Actually, at the end of Moon's turn, he is going to take a legendary action, and he is going to stoke the flames. You watch as he kind of like moves his hands. All of the fires seem to like erupt even more so. At the start of your turn, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. We'll start with Lys.
That's 14.
Okay. Take a little bit of damage here. Gonna be 7 points of fire damage.
And then I also need him to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy. 16.
What is with you and your 16? Meets it beats it.
Yeah, I used an ability of his.
It's a dice that's just covered in 16s.
Yeah, it's all 16s and 120. Yeah, 120. Yes, what were you was that magic again?
Yeah, I was trying to do Bane, but obviously I can't do Bane because meets it beats it. So nothing happens.
It is now his turn.
I am going to move further away though from him because all of my spells are further away. So.
Farther away.
See.
All right. That's 2 spells that you've tried to do against him. So he is going to hold his hand up and then point it out towards you. And as he does, this like beam of energy seems to fly out and engulf you. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is a 21.
All right. You are going to take half as much damage, which is going to be 27 points of damage, as he hits you with Finger of Death.
Okay.
So 27 points or half of 27?
No, it was 52. You take 27 points. Necrotic damage, if that has any meaning towards you. He is also going to then move back and into behind one of the forges. And as he moves into the building and around one of the forges, you just hear him yell, "Come and get me, you little cowards! You'll be walking in my turf now." All right, and after him is Gedge.
Okay, so is there a pickaxe anywhere around me?
No, not pickaxes, not in this particular area.
Okay, so anything like I'm trying to think of it's like they might use it for coal to keep the fire stoked, but it's the thing and it's got the flat end on this side and it's still got like the hooked end on this one. Is that still the pickaxe?
It's
kind of a type of pickaxe.
Yeah, it's a type of.
So you said there were plenty of sledgehammers though.
There are plenty of hammers. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians. And and what that does is it creates spirits to protect me in a 15-foot radius, and my companions and the child. Anybody else, fuck them. But they're safe within 15 feet of me, and they're going to take the form of blink dogs, because blink dogs are fey. But they're also the closest thing to a wolf. And he's going to walk past an axe, or not an axe, fuck, to a sledgehammer if he can, to get ready to pick it up, or pick it up if he can.
Yeah, I'll let you like grab it as part of your item interaction.
Okay, and then he's going to follow him into the
Okay. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, by the way.
Yes. Constitution. Wow, I'm glad that's a high number on the dice. 18, 15 plus 3.
I'm glad that's a high number too, because that would have been 17. You're gonna have that to 8. 8 points of fire damage. All right, so so he was what did I say, 15 feet from you guys?
Mhm.
So you would have moved in 30. So if you move your full movement of 30 feet into the building, you're going to be 15 feet from him. He's just around the corner of a forge. So
Okay.
he has full coverage for anybody taking aim at him right now. Full cover.
I need a wisdom saving throw from him then.
Okay. I don't think it's going to do. It's 9 plus 4.
Nope.
13?
Negatory. So give me a second to do some quick maths. I need some 6, 6, 5, so 17 radiant damage to him. As one of the blink dogs would just apparate to where he is and like latch onto one of his arms and rip violently before it fades back down.
How much damage was that?
6, 12, 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
I'm bad at that. Oh, maybe not. 17 plus 2, 19. I need to put this dice away. It's treating me too well.
You are still going to take some.
Taking 7.
Whoa. Ah, there it is. $33 halved to 16. 16 more fire damage. As you damage him, you see him kind of look. He can see you, kind of like peering around, and he snaps his fingers at you as a reaction and hits you with Hellish Rebuke.
What did it? You said 16?
Yep. 16. Okay. All right. Is that your turn?
That is indeed my turn.
All right. The heat is pouring out of the warehouse. It's not getting any more intense, but it's still just pouring out of the warehouse. As we go back to the top of the round, with Emrys, you are still out just at the edge of the warehouse.
Okay.
I need a Constitution saving throw from you. I think the only one that will be outside of that is Moonin, because he did back up.
Would I not be? I'm just curious because I'm placement-wise. Would I not be more behind Moonin after taking my action to pick up?
No, because
would
Moonin,
I have to move back to Moonin to get the gun to move back forward?
Right. You on your turn, you
Yes.
moved, dropped Thompson, and moved back.
Correct. Okay,
Moonin's
sorry.
turn, Moonin moved back.
Okay, I missed that for some specific reason. Sorry. A dex? No.
Con.
Con save?
Mhm. Okay. I don't think any of you are fire resistant.
No.
12 points of fire damage.
Fantastic. We love that. Damage.
Don't you though? Don't you just though?
Yeah, I love feeling a little extra spicy in a Monday afternoon.
Is that a Scotch bonnet there? It's a little
Or
spicy.
maybe my new friend feels that on an emotional and spiritual level. Okay.
Your
Moonin
new
is
friend
how
doesn't give a shit.
I know he doesn't, but you know what? I'd like to think that on some deep dark
We have received a party bane.
we just
Rude,
got
but
here.
okay.
Who did that? Who's
I
asking
love
for?
you. Yeah.
Who is that? Just a frog. You. I'm not a fan. Continue.
Weird flex, but okay.
Blame the dice.
Probably roll to see if he gives you a boon or a bane.
I think this
Alright.
is more of a personal.
It is literally going to work like Bane.
I don't know what Bane is. Apologies.
Bane is 1d4, and you subtract it from your d20 roll. So,
For
like
attack
Bless, where you
rolls
get
and
to add
ability
1d4.
checks?
Attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws.
Okay.
Okay, we're not using that dice. We're gonna use that dice instead. Okay.
And we are going to say that it will last. You guys are such heavy hitters. Screw it. We're going to go to the rest of the encounter.
Just enough wrong. I blame you. All right. Okay. Moonin is how far back would you say from me?
30 feet
15.
from you.
I
Complete
backed
30
up
feet?
15 feet behind
So there you go.
Emrys.
Okay. I was like, 30 feet? That's my whole movement.
No, you have dash
I have dash, but
as a bonus action. So you back up to him?
yes. I give him a quick nod and I reach into his jacket.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
You know what? Emrys might not make it weird, but I'm making it
Pulls
weird.
out a
You just
puppy.
It's
Rush
like a
it.
gentle like hand on the chest as I like quickly reach in because it's all quick movements and grabbing the gun and quickly moving back to my original
It's
position.
way better than what I had in mind, where you just put your hand on his chest and slowly slide it across and then down into
No,
the
it's a two-hand action where I like hold onto his
Sure.
chest and because what kind of harness is
It's
cross chest harness?
It's an H harness, so it's
H
got
harness.
a single strap across, 2 holsters. They have snaps on them, which he probably has unsnapped.
mhm.
So you
Perfect.
just reach in and
So
pull
yeah,
it.
hand would end up being on the part of the harness, like
Mhm.
so that it holds in place. I can remove the gun from its harness and then move back.
Yep.
Enough to a point where I can. Would I be able to at least know his position within 15 feet of back moving without dashing?
Yeah, you know he's behind. So there are 4 forges, and he moved back and to the left. So he's behind
Okay.
that wood. You looking at it? It's on your left.
Okay. This is a revolver, sorry, you said?
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
taken from you? Perfect. I am going to move that 15 feet back away from Moonin to at least where a point where I can see him. The next time he pops up, I would like to hold an action to shoot.
You got it. So holding action, when
To
you
shoot.
can get him, you're gonna fire at him. Got it.
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
not the proper way, but you know.
That is definitely not the proper way.
0%.
Moonin
No, I
just
staring
know how
at
the proper
you,
way.
going, "What
Don't
have I
look at
done?"
Emrys. Don't even
Cat-
look at me. I'm an
Just
assassin. I know what
crying.
I'm doing.
Cat, I'm looking at you, Q, going, the fuck, man.
You know what?
You should know better than that.
Shh.
Okay. Fine. That's fair. All right. So you're holding an action to fire when you see him, Moonin.
I've had enough of this. I am just going to position myself prone and pull out the rifle.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit just got real. All right. So
And
you
I
put
would
right
like
into the
to smoke screen.
That's just what I saw. I was like, smoke screen.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
The
It was
disrespect.
just funny as
So
hell.
I'm so sorry.
That's just Emrys disappearing from everyone's sight. It's just poof,
I gotta go.
ninja.
I just got to watch it replay on the Twitch, and the face followed by the hand was great.
That was.
I didn't
right.
mean that. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Good, don't worry about it.
but yeah, I would like to hold
When he's visible.
a Deadeye sharpshooter for the second I see any part of him visible.
Okay. Liz, it is your turn.
So apparently, I have some fun things that I didn't realize that I had. But apparently, I can just curse him as my channel divinity. So any sort of damage does double damage, is apparently what it says.
Which domain did you go with again?
Path to the grave. So any creature or channel divinity. No, wait, yeah. Channel divinity. So yeah.
It grants
divinity
vulnerability
activate.
for the next attack to hit the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the path to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You have to tell
So-
me what type of damage it is, like piercing, bludgeoning, slashing, poison, all that stuff.
So it's an act. So it's going to be my action, right?
Okay, no, yeah, I see what it says. So the next time you or an ally, okay, you choose. It's an action. Choose the creature you can see within 30 feet of you, cursing it until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage. So it doesn't matter which type you pick. It's just whatever attack goes through. The biggest issue that you have right now is you're going to have to move in and around so that you can see him because he's standing behind one of these giant forges.
Okay. And then I guess I have a question because it says I have channel divinity no action and I have it once for a short rest, but I realize that's not what this is. So I don't know what channel divinity is.
Channel divinity is you saying I want to channel divinity doesn't take an action. It's what type of channeling that you're going to do depends on whether it's an action or a bonus action. Does that make sense? I'm going to channel divinity. Okay, what are you going to do with your channel divinity? Are you going to turn undead? Or are you going to do your path to the grave? Are you going to do life's blessing? Are you going to do, all these other things that you want to do?
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Then with that, I guess I'm going to. Can I quaff a potion? Do that, or is quaffing a potion an
I'll
action?
let you do that as a bonus action.
So I quaff a health potion, and then I move to do that, or hold the action until I can see him to do that.
Okay, so you're gonna hold your action of channel divinity, curse him, and bonus action drink a potion.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, all right. Go ahead and roll. If your potion, do you know what kind it is?
We said that they were just generic health potions. I don't remember how
So
much they are.
2d4 plus 2. Back on that channel divinity thing, because like Tempest clerics, which is one of my favorites, they have destructive wrath. It doesn't take an action, but it takes your channel divinity use. But you can do destructive wrath. So when I use lightning or thunder damage against somebody, I can use my channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling. And
Love
then it's
Tempest
just
here.
wah. Same. You played with Brimlow?
I've played with Bremlo But you've played with Grimly.
Yeah, Grimly's a monster when he starts doing things. I just love my first interaction with Brimlow was somebody's like, man, I could really use some healing. Sorry, mate. I'm not that sort of cleric. They're like, oh, we're going to get screwed.
We love that in this house, though. We stand.
Yes. Yeah, well, in Brimlow's also the guy that opens the windmill, arrows fly down. He's like, oh, okay. Closes the door to the windmill, binds it, and then lights the fucking windmill on fire.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then when the party looks at him, he's like, what? I'm creating jobs. Somebody's going to need to rebuild that.
Fair enough.
My destruction is good for the economy. All right. So
I love it.
Brimlow's a lot of fun to play. All right, Liz, you're holding an action. It is his turn.
Wisdom save.
Yep. Wisdom saving throw. Ha ha ha. 20,
Uh,
23.
damn it, Randy. That was such a good roll, too.
Uh-huh.
He still takes half. So, quick maths. 8 plus 7. No, 3.
15.
It's, yes, plus 3, so 18.
Have the 9. Okay.
As another dog reaches up and just. And then dissipates again. I'm about to get fucked, y'all.
All right. Yep. He is behind the forge. You have line of sight on him. Did you go forward enough to where you could see him?
I just went
Gash.
within 15.
Okay, you just moved. All right, he is going to need... Huh. Doesn't say I have to see you, just have to make sure that I roll in that area, but I'm going to be legit about this. He has to know where he's going to put it. He is going to turn and step forward just enough that he can see where Gej is. That does give held actions a chance to go off. He does have 3/4 cover for those of you who are out, even you laying down on the ground.
I ignore 3/4 cover.
You ignore 3/4 cover because you're a sharpshooter.
That is correct.
I hate you, but I don't.
I don't. So what does that mean for me?
+5 to armor class. And
For him?
yeah, for him.
But I still have a D4 that's against my D20 roll, correct? With
Correct.
Bane?
So roll your D20.
Okay.
And then roll your D4 and subtract the D4 from that. Liz, you just cursed him, so that went off. Okay.
21.
Get fucked.
Even with the -4?
I rolled an 18 minus 3 plus 6.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
It's just one point over what his armor class is, so
Oh!
you actually hit.
I take a breath of fresh air. I don't know what a D8 looks like. I know what a D8 looks like. I lied.
How did Moonin do?
I was just going to let Emerus finish because I'm going to use the luck point I got earlier. Oh
All right,
my god.
Emerus.
So much
8
better.
damage from me.
8 damage?
8. Yes.
Okay.
That is a 5 on the dice plus 3. Unless Bane goes against my damage as well.
No, just
Okay,
the attack
perfect.
roll.
So just flat 8.
We said you're using a revolver, though. Is that right?
Yeah.
Correct. I have a plus 6 on a.
It's
Sorry.
not that. I'm going to make sure
Technically,
you
it
don't.
would have been a 20 on damage. I misread the 6. It's actually a plus 5, but I still think I beat his armor class with a meets. It beats it at 20.
Yeah, 20 would have beat it.
Perfect. So yes, still 8 damage. And that's
Hang on a second, because I think you may be shorting yourself.
I think.
it. I have a D8 plus 3 for a revolt. 2D8. I am shorting myself.
I was like, yeah, don't short yourself.
14.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at rapier, which is just above revolver, which is why I mixed up my hit and dice. I apologize.
You're good.
But yes, that's that.
With luck, I rolled a 19 minus 1 from the D4 plus 5. So 23?
Yeah, it's gonna hit him.
Lovely. Thank you for that luck, chat. So that's 2d10 plus 15. Well, that's 15 plus 15. That'll be 30 points of ouch.
Okay, so that would have doubled because of vulnerability from the curse, and double your damage as well from yours. So total of 60, or is that already doubled, Moonin?
That was base. That was just 30. So 60
Okay.
would be doubled.
So, all right. The shots ring out, and you can see him stumbling, blood pouring from the wound. He looks like he is nigh on collapsing from all of the massive amounts of damage that he has received from you all. However, he is still up, and he is going to do one final thing. Cool, that is on level for that. So it's just that much. He reaches out towards the forges and pulls his hand, clenches his fist, and pulls his hand down. Fire seems to erupt upward, and then in a column just pour out of the sky onto the spot where you are standing. Gej, I need a... Oop, that is not it. I need a dexterity saving throw, my friend. Remember, that is a D4 minus to your just saving throw as well.
Oh,
Okay. Flame strike. It's fun.
fuck. I'm about to be a quiffy boy.
33 points of damage. Constitution saving throw to make sure you maintain your spirit guardians, unless it's not concentration. I forgot if it is or not.
It is. It very much is.
Okay. So your target number is a 16 to make the save.
Cool beans, because it's a 17. It is a 14 plus 3.
Okay, so you make the save for your Constitution saving throw. You still maintain your spell. And that is his turn. And guess who has an awesome beard but is a big dummy? This guy. Cool. So that is his turn as he cast Flame Strike, and then he hides back behind the column of the forge again.
Okay, so what happens to everybody in the back nine? Gej pretty well collapses again, but catches himself on the sledgehammer because he just died.
Are you at 1 HP?
I'm at 1 HP.
1 HP.
Fuck.
Thank you, orcish resilience.
That's why I got it. I die a lot. Anyway, so now that I know where he's at,
It's an interesting way of going. We planned for this.
oh god. Okay.
What I love is that you just had like molten metal poured down on top of you, and then like stood up from all of the fire that just rained down on you and went, he's over there. And still maintained the blink dogs, which all collectively went when the fire.
Oh.
Oh shit. That looks like it hurt. Oh, No, he good. We good. Everything's good.
He's standing up, guys. Look, he's standing up. It's okay. Should the bone be visible through that? I mean, should that be?
Don't say that.
It's in the
Please.
bone. It's in the
fine.
bone.
He just looks like Two-Face everywhere.
No.
Just one face, all burned.
Oh,
No.
Does he still have his luxurious hair? This is something I need to know.
Sure.
Yes.
completely missed the hair. Went around the hair because too good to mess up.
So he looks rough, correct?
Yeah, the guy you're fighting, absolutely, he looks
He
rough.
looks really not good at all.
Really not good at all.
Okay. D&D gods, have mercy on my stupid ass. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on him. I can do that because it's not a concentration, correct? It won't mess with my dogs.
That is correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna get to where I can see him, I guess.
Okay. So you're moving. So you're standing like kind of just in front of the first two forges, which is where he's hiding. If you step to about where the middle of the two forges are, you can see him.
Just
They are no longer just pouring fire out, so they're no longer hot. That's the reason why you had to make con save.
but yeah, I'm going to like dead eye him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably in an expression that would scare most people because it's literally just a dead expression. And I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level on him.
Okay. Make sure you add your D4 for the Bane. Subtract your D4.
So 16 plus 7. Because I rolled a 19 minus a 3 plus 7.
That'll hit.
Thank you, D&D gods. How many Guiding Bolt is? Did I say Guiding Bolt? Yeah, I said.
At what level?
3rd, so it's 66.
Nice. A radiant fireball.
7, 12, 15, 20. 20 damage.
As it hits him, it erupts and limes him in radiant energy. He drops to one knee, and as you see him, he stands up, wipes the blood and flicks it down and looks at you and says, "Two of us can play that game."
He's still within 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
He still needs to make that wisdom saving throw, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
On his turn, yeah.
Oh, that's right, on his turn. So, yeah. He is still within 15 feet. All right. At the end of your turn, because I forgot, I have legendary actions I can use. At the end of your turn, he is going to use a legendary action to cast a spell. It's going to be an 18 plus 7. That's going to be a 25 to hit you.
Nah.
And then a 14 misses. Are you shitting me? I literally rolled a 1 for the damage. As he hits you with Eldritch Blast.
Thanks, Mars. You're great, buddy.
1 point of damage to you. Now you're at 0.
Yeah, do I need to make saves?
Not until your turn. You don't make the saves until your turn.
Cool.
Plus, you have lists, so you're not going to have to make saves anyway. So.
You guys see Gej. There's a bolt of energy that strikes him like right in his body, and you watch as he just kind of teeters for a second and then just falls down. The blink dogs blink out of existence. Emrys. He is hiding again.
I'm mad. I am upset. Definitely at seeing my friends go down. I'm sorry. My
Super.
whole entire character sheet just Okay, never mind. Sorry, my character sheet is alright. Now, I guess the question is
Poke.
apologies. Can I use my new skills?
Yeah, you have access to them. Did you already add it all?
I believe so. Well, I added at least one thing, and that was one thing that was at least well known to said thing.
Hold on, and I will pull it up so that I can see.
So the main thing is, since he knows, so what he just used against Gej, I would also like to use against him.
You cannot see him. He has full cover right now.
Damn it. If I move 30 feet, can I see him?
You can kind of like circle around to where you can get in there and try to see him.
Okay.
He's just still going to have partial coverage, at least half cover. But
So
yeah.
partial coverage, I have my D4 minus, and partial coverage, increases his AC +5, correct? +2?
Half cover gives him +2.
Okay. We're still going to try this. I will move the 30 feet. If that makes me beside Gej, that is perfectly fine, because that is where I would like to be.
I mean, if you want to move in beside Gej, you can use your movement, because you were back where Emrys was, right? Or not back where Moonin was, right?
No, I
Pull a
had
gun?
moved 15 feet to get the gun, moved 15 feet back from Moonin so that I was able to see him whenever he stepped out more. So,
Okay,
I don't
so-
know how far Gej would be. From
So
that.
Gej is Gej
If
is
he's not the 30
15
feet,
Mhm.
that's fine. But if 30 feet's gonna get me to a point where I can see him even better, that is fine.
If you want to try to get to where Gej is at, you would have to move 15, 30. You'd have to move, yeah, because you said you moved 15 feet back, further back from Moonin, or
No,
closer
forward.
to. Oh,
Yeah,
then yeah,
more towards
Gej is like 20 feet inside the warehouse.
Perfect.
Like,
20
you can
feet
see him.
gives him partial coverage, but if I moved the extra 10 feet, would that give me
You would be right on site with him.
beautiful? That's what I want.
Mhm.
And then it's a D4
You just
for Bane.
you just stroll forward past the forge, look down, reach down, touch your friend as you walk by.
Yeah, I want to
Just
make sure he's.
to the side and just fire.
I want to see this man while I shoot at him, because I'm a little mad.
Okay, roll to attack.
Perfect.
Just tell me what you get to hit.
Does Bane matter if I'm at 20? It would put me back to a
hold on.
19.
No, I mean, it would put you back to a 19, but it's still critical. So you would still hit him. So your critical is still successful. So
And
roll your
because I
damage.
critical, I get my sneak attack, correct?
No, because you don't have advantage or someone within 5 feet of
Perfect.
him.
Okay, that's what
And
I
it's-
wanted to make sure. So
And
it's
technically, that's not a dexterity-based attack.
yes, correct. Okay, so technically, I would still just get my 4d8 plus my whatever. No,
Are you
what am
using
I?
the pistol?
To
No.
be honest, my brain instantly went to me using the pistol. So I'm
You're
gonna say I
not.
use the pistol.
Okay, I was gonna say if you want to use the other thing, it's a D10, but you get multiples.
Yes.
And I need to correct something. Your
Yes.
first attack would have had advantage anyways, but you can't get any higher than a critical. So If you want to use the other thing, just let me know. It's a D10, but you
Okay.
get 2 attacks with it.
Okay. Oh, that's true. I do get 2 attacks. Okay, no, because I saw him use that, I will say that I am using that other thing. So technically my
D10.
first attack is 2d10.
Yeah, it'd be
Did I
2d10.
crit?
That's
Okay.
correct.
Let me do that first because that yes, that 12.
Okay. So you all can see Emrys stride forward, reach the hand out, and that bolt of energy that struck Gej, that dropped Gej to the ground. It's almost as though Emrys picked it up. You watch as a hand reaches out and just a bolt of energy fires forth from Emrys's hand. It strikes the big guy who stumbles forward, hits his knee, and then just collapses on to the dirt. He twitches once and he moves no more. Inside of your head, you simply hear, now, see how wonderful that felt. Tell me, you don't revel in that just a little bit. Don't answer now. Tend to your friend. But that was delicious.
I would be back instantly at towards Gej to check on him.
Okay. Medicine check.
That I can do.
This
dice.
But you all just watched Emrys do something that you have never do before.
15.
Okay, you stabilize your friend. But one of your other people will have to, unless you have a healing potion on, you can.
No, I don't believe I do, which my next action would be, Liz, can you check on him? I'm going to go get Thompson. I want to make sure he's all right.
So because Gej is already, she doesn't need to do spare the dying, right?
No, that's correct. You don't even need to do spare the dying. If you do cure wounds, you immediately stabilize them and get them up or anything.
I feel like a lot of us have done damage, so I'm just gonna say we're just gonna stay here for about 10 minutes, and just give me about 10 minutes, and we'll all be just fine and dandy.
Prayer of healing?
She's going to do prayer of healing, and because she is Path of the Grave, Gej will get all of the health basically because he's at 0 points.
Ma.
Heal.
Take it now.
Yeah. Gej,
29 points of damage or healing for Gej.
Damn it.
29.
29, and then I've got to roll for what everybody else gets. So hold on a second.
Say I don't need much. To be honest, I didn't take much damage there.
I think did Moonin take any damage? I'm gonna start targeting your ass on purpose.
I only took like one hit.
I think so. It was mostly the heat.
17 is what we get back.
All right.
Well, I only needed 12, so thank you for that. Once I make sure Thompson is okay, I would bring him back to the group so that we can watch over him. But also, I'm checking on Gej to make sure Gej is good.
What level did you say you cast Prayer of Healing at?
3rd, obviously.
Okay. Well, I mean, not obviously. It's a 2nd level spell, so.
Well, I
was
mean,
just
it was
making sure I understood it.
29 points of damage, or 29 points of healing.
Right,
So
it's just 3d8, 24 plus 5. Yeah, 29. I got you. I just making sure. All right. Gej, Life flows back through you. You are conscious again. You just take that deep breath. Emrys is standing over you, looking down. And then, well, actually, Emrys, she went to go get Thompson, who was like...
No, I'd be back after the healing was done.
He's hiding there with his ears, with his hands over his ears.
A gentle touch.
I mean, it takes like 10 minutes, so I'm sure that, probably Emrys got Thompson and was back, because she would have had to have been in the 30 feet range of healing, or he would have had to be in the 30 feet range of healing anyway. So
cool. So
during that 10 minutes, is there anything?
Gej. Good. No, go ahead.
Say, is there anything strange about this dead body? Does it stay this giant behemoth size, or like?
No, he stays a massive honking dude. Once life is flowed back into Gej,
he would pick up the hammer from where it dropped, the sledge, and he would not say anything to anybody, but you watch as he lumbers over to the corpse of a man. Moonin, if you're nearby, sorry, you're in the splash zone, bud. And he'd start wailing on this man's head with the hammer, just absolutely smashing it until there was nothing left, unless somebody stopped him.
He is hiding. Thompson is hiding his face behind him.
That seems warranted given the situation.
If it started going too much, like it was just like the man was well past dead, even after a couple bashes.
I'm gonna give Gej a minute.
Whenever I say just demolished, if nobody stops him, this man will not have a head, and then he's going to move to his shoulders and start caving.
He just Gallagher'd Sledge-O-Matic 9000 this dude's head.
Perfect. When Gej is done with the head, then I would step in to, hey, whoa, hey, Gej.
He'd snap his face around to you, and once again, it's just that look that would be just dead. And he blinks at you for a minute before his face kind of gets a little bit softer.
You're all right. Come on.
I think that's a loose term there. All right.
You're all right. You're alive. Just, for now, at least.
Get a little bone in your bone in the beard there. There you go.
No, you're
just wiping blood off of everything.
I would legit do that. Emrys would legit do that. Hey, whoa. You're messing up the features, bud.
Just pushing you away with a bloody hand. Just, I'm here. And he would go over to a bucket and use create water and then start just vigorously scrubbing himself, almost compulsively.
Liz would look at the kid and just be like, we did want this one dead, right?
He just looks at you with wide eyes and terrified, be like, no, no. Just kidding.
I was hoping for it. Just know you were supposed to talk.
He
just nods his head up and down. He looks a little green around the gills.
With that, she's gonna go outside of the door and see if she can see any of the other birds around and try to whistle to them.
Oh! As you walk out, you see Millicent coming forward with Tool and the other one. They're walking up. As they do so, she looks over and says, "Well, that's classy, isn't it?"
The problem is taken care of, and that's all that matters. So
that was a whole lot bigger of a problem than you informed us of when you sent us here.
Looks as though you took care of it, though. And for that, I'm, of course, grateful as I can be. I believe
Good.
you're owed something. I believe you're owed something, Nina. Are you? Aren't you?
I
I
believe
do
we're
believe we
we're
had a
trying
deal.
to. Yeah, we bartered for something. Bartered for information.
Never let it be said that Millicent doesn't always keep her words. To that effect, Doyle. And you watch as the slender one, the kind of one that's like lanky, opens up his jacket, which you can see has been like rolled up at the sleeves. It hangs a little off of his shoulders. Reaches into his jacket and takes out a rather thick folded like piece of paper, and like walks over and like offers it to whomever one of you to take.
Liz would hold out her hand, and she would also ask if Millie and the birds were keeping any secrets from Annie about Philip.
No. Don't really care what Annie's got to do. We've got ours to take care of, and that's all we care about. But, and it was a pleasure talking with you. I would pop over back to the Buckets on the Green to see Annie before you head off to wherever it is you're heading off to next. Don't mention this little business, though, if you don't mind.
And why not?
Because it's none of hers.
Before Millie leaves, I would take a second after making sure Gej was at least in a good spot on his own for a second. Before she leaves, I would ask, keep an eye on Thompson. He should be, well, in a better place, but I will check on him.
Is he dead?
No, he's in a better place, and I would make sure to I would be bringing Thompson back to her because this is.
She puts her hands on his face and tilts his head to because he's a little shorter than she is.
Yeah.
And then she does, and she hugs him. And she says, there. You're looking a lot better now. Come into the fold. You look hungry and a little peaked. Let's get you some food. He says, anything but melon, please.
I will come back to check, if that's all right with you.
I always take care of my own. I do. Always.
Good. Still going to come and check up on him. Sorry, Liz.
You're good. I don't want to interrupt you. So as soon as you're done, just let me know.
No, it was basically just telling her that I will come and check on him, whether you take care of your own or not. Now I have a reason to come and check up on him.
Liz would have written down the number to LeBlanc's place basically, and just be like, if for some reason you need a big person to come and help you with some of your problems, you can get a hold of us here, and we'll try to come back as fast as we can because we have soft spots for children.
I'm biased. Sorry.
Yep. All right.
Little shits are little shits.
Anything else?
Emerson's the only one that cares about kids. And I'm done. I'm good.
Liz cares about kids too.
All right. As you take the folded pamphlet, like I said, it's like that wide, and you realize that it's a piece of paper that's folded and it has something stuffed inside of it. And it is, as you look at it, it is 4 tickets. second-class tickets for the SS Chiron, setting sail to the to the New Amsterdam colony.
That's a long ferry to Boston.
Liz is just like, fuck. And then she hands it to Moonin and goes, we should probably get and go see Annie before we leave.
100%. Make our way to the bucket on the green. If we're going to leave, we need some armaments for the rest of the party and some supplies before we go.
All right. So the party heads back towards the bucket on the green, taking careful steps as to avoid being spotted by the directorate. However, it doesn't seem to be as active. Like, you notice that here and there, it looks like a few posters have been torn and thrown away. You finally make your way back to the bucket on the green, and as you meet up, you can see Annie sitting there in her favorite chair. She has her feet kicked up and a fresh, tall pint in front of her. She says to you, "Did you find your friend then, or did you?"
Not yet, but apparently we have to go across the sea.
So, loose ends to tie up before you do that, then. Don't go reneging on the deal. You're going to find my brother. Aren't you?
We made a deal. We plan on making good on it.
Good. I'd hate to have to add the hatchet part to the front of that name.
Mm-hmm.
She kicks her feet down and invites you all to sit with her, and she calls for fresh drafts to be brought around. And as you sit down to hash out the next step of your plan on how to return Philip, that is where we'll bring tonight's episode to a close. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my absolute pleasure to get to play along with these folks again tonight. We have Q, who is playing as Emrys, Otter, who is playing as Moonin, Voodoo, playing as Gej, and Vixen, playing as Liss. I am your DM, Cap, aka Heath. You can find us, join us on the Discord, do all that fun stuff. Again, if you're interested in being a DM on our streams, we have open nights for that. Or if you are interested in being a player, let us know, join our Discord. Reach out to either on the Discord for Diary Bear. If you type in Q, that will bring up Quentin. If you type up Otter, it'll bring up Otter. If you type Cap, it'll bring up Captain Sack, which is me, or Pink Rambo. One of us four are one of the people you're going to want to talk to like, hey, I want to run a game on Diary Bear, or I'm interested in playing. Let us know. We are happy to have you. We will work something out. We'll sit down and do a quick little interview process. It's very short, but I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some more faces and DMing and stuff like that. We can work with Otter to get overlays, and we'll make sure to work with Q or to make sure that we get the Zoom call and everything broadcast out. All you have to do is bring your creativity and your players, and we'll take care of everything else for you. We'd love to have you join in. And until next week, we have Scion tomorrow, which is World at War with Jason and a bunch of other players like Decca and some more people. Sarah and Eric are on there. Join us on Thursday for a Knight's Ransom, and then once again on Saturday for Stolen Cities. If you're really interested in D&D, then definitely check out Thursday night. It's a homebrew campaign set in D&D, and that has Q and Otter both playing as characters in there. And then Stolen Cities has Alex as the DM, and Maddie, Pink Rambo, is actually one of the players in there. So join us again for all of those shows. They're really cool. They're a lot of fun to run and to watch. And until next week, take care of yourselves. We'll see you around. Bye, guys.